This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
A report outlined Tuesday night shows Moses Lake will need to rethink how it funds its ambulance service.
With the help of fire crews, a Good Samaritan fended off a brush fire directly behind a home on Johnson Road near Ephrata on Wednesday.
The Moses Lake School Board will look over a proposed policy pertaining to searching students for prohibited goods on school grounds during its regularly scheduled meeting Thursday, October 12th.
Luke Falk has helped the Cougars get back into the national spotlight for the first time since 2003.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A report outlined Tuesday night shows Moses Lake will need to rethink how it funds its ambulance service. Representatives from Redmond-based FCS Group consulting firm presented findings of their ambulance utility cost of service and rate study at Tuesday's City Council meeting. According to the report, the ambulance service cost the city about $3.76 million to operate in 2016. The city recovered just 45% of that cost, roughly $2.04 million through the ambulance utility fee, transport fees, and miscellaneous fees. The other $1.7 million was covered with contributions from the city's general fund. In 2016, the city's ambulance utility fee was $11.30 per month. In order to break even, the report shows the city would have had to set the fee rate at about $25, raising fee revenue to about $2.9 million and reducing the general fund contribution to about $114,000. Peter Moy and John Montanaro with FCS Group say they also found organizational and operation issues with the Moses Lake Fire Department, including limited staffing and demands of concurrent call responses, limited non-emergency time, and administrative and operational management issues. Recommendations include adding a full-time medical services officer and 3 positions to reduce overtime, creating a 12-hour basic life support unit to operate from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and canceling the contract with Samaritan Hospital for non-emergency interfacility transports. The report also includes 3 scenarios to fund the ambulance service, including fully funding the service with utility fee increases. Once the final report is accepted by the council, discussions on possible scenarios and how to operate the ambulance service will be discussed. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Maytag and the family Pooch have a lot in common. Both are loyal, both aim to please, and both are tenacious dish cleaners. But only one can sanitize. Maytag, what's inside matters.
Maytag Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata. With the help of fire crews, a Good Samaritan fended off a brush fire directly behind a home on Johnson Road near Ephrata on Wednesday. The fire was around a half acre in size, but it was burning less than 30 feet away from a home. And when this neighbor saw the smoke, he stepped in to help.
Oh, I was leaving my house and noticed a pillar or a dark cloud of smoke. Thought I'd go check it out. Kind of came around their house, didn't see anyone that was really maintaining it. Knocked on the door, told me they had a fire, and then started trying to keep it from spreading.
Brent County Fire District 13 crews arrived on scene a short time later to put the fire out. No one was hurt. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News.
The Moses Lake School Board will look over a proposed policy pertaining to searching students for prohibited goods on school grounds during its regularly scheduled meeting Thursday, October 12th. Although the review was not brought on by local school members, the policy does have magnitude because of the police response to an unsubstantiated report that a student had a gun on campus of Moses Lake High School last week. The language of the proposed policy is more concise and clears up what a staff member should do in case of emergency. It takes away the ability to conduct a search without consent from a student or guardian and expands the searches into all school-owned compartments if there are reasonable grounds. The policy will be reviewed at this week's school board meeting on October 12th in the Moses Lake School District Boardroom, located at 940 East Yanauza. The meeting begins at 7 p.m. and, as always, is open to the public. I'm Madison Meyer with iFIBER 1 News.
The Washington State Cougars rolled into the top 10 in the AP rankings for the first time since 2003 and won their first 6 games for the first time since 2001. The Cougars have reached these heights under the arm of quarterback Luke Falk. The walk-on saw play time as a redshirt freshman, but went on to his sophomore season as the starter, holding firm onto that role ever since. Falk has full command of Mike Leach's air raid offense, and his career stats are stunning. Luke Falk is on pace to shatter the all-time Pac-12 passing yards and passing touchdown records. He already holds the Pac-12 records for passing completions and completion percentage. Falk also looks primed to take a trip to New York this season, with his current Heisman odds being plus 2,800, according to Bovada. Records may not make an NFL player, but Falk looks to be the real deal. Standing at 6'4" and 225 pounds, Falk looks like an NFL quarterback. The biggest knock on him is his lack of elite arm strength, but scouts recognize his anticipation on passes and his leadership qualities. Falk currently looks like a solid bet to go as early as the second round in next year's draft, which would make him the best quarterback prospect from Washington State since Ryan Leaf. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
Mostly clear days lead to cool nights this week. Hi, Jeff Slicky from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center taking a look at the basin's forecast. Mid-60s for your Monday, the low in the mid-30s. That trend is going to continue, although Wednesday we could be down into the upper 50s. Thursday, more of the same with the low nearing freezing. That happens on Friday. The high just in the mid-50s. Over the weekend, we'll be right around 60 degrees, but mostly clear skies. For iFIBER 1, I'm Jeff Slicky.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.